Hey, what's up? I'm Rashad.
I'm Madison.
Today, talking about episode 7 of the Bad Batch, Battle Scars. Subscribe. You guys should. We do this every Friday. And we also are doing Loki, because that was a real strong start. Battle Scars, real decent episode. Not a lot happened, but there's a lot that kind of got resolved. So if you've been paying attention to the Wrecker Watch the past couple episodes, we've seen him hitting his head several times and complaining of headaches ever since episode 1. So now that kind of comes to a head.
I think it was actually 4 though.
Either way, he's been bumping his head. He's been reckless the whole time.
Yeah, because his name is Wrecker.
Get it?
I got it.
They had a little quick job, and they had to get a lizard, and they made attacks on the way out. Of course, very common Star Wars trope, hyperdrive issues. So to fix hyperdrive and get out of there, they get back to
Sid.
Yeah, talk to Sid, and Sid is basically screwing him over. You know what I'm saying? It was funny. It was like, yeah, this job is 3 times more, and she legit just gave him 3 credits. Yeah, she got 3 times more for me.
Man, but Wrecker really out here buying stuff and saying put it on Sid's tab, so
Yeah.
it's somewhat fair.
I mean,
But it's not their fault, it's Wrecker's fault.
yeah, and they're already like in the hole for like fees, like docking fees and gas and rations. Basically, she's saying like, man, it's costing me more for y'all to do stuff than for me to give y'all actual money. Before we even get to Sid's office, we see this cloak figure from last episode at the end, and he's just chilling in the bar. And
Causing an uproar.
even before that, before it even go down, Hunter was like, man, whose man's is this over here? Wrecker and Omega, they have this little tradition where they go get those little snacks. Remember what they were called?
Like the little, I don't remember the name, but it looked like popcorn with colors.
Yeah.
Kettle popcorn.
Yeah, so they get these little snacks every time after they go for a mission. They have like a little ritual tradition type thing. So that's cool. That whole little older brother, little sister relationship is really like, it's budding, which of course leads us to Rex actually revealing himself. They have a whole conversation, and then there's this like semi standoff because he's like, y'all still got y'all inhibitor chips? So he's like backing up, hand on his gun, was about to, really about to go, Rex.
Blaze it up.
Did you say beam it up?
Blaze it up.
Blaze it up? Wow. So Rex was like, I'm not Rex. Rex was like, y'all got to get those inhibitor chips out of y'all. And of course, Hunter's like, so how we do that? He's like, I hit you up. So they end up going to this planet named Braca. And on the way there, Tech is still working on the little...
Identifies where it's located at.
Yeah. Yeah, that thing. They meet up with Rex, and on Braca is basically like a scrap yard for old like Star Destroyers and stuff. Very similar to how we have the parallel between the planet that Rey was on in episode 7. She was a scrapper herself, which is on
Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Is it in episode 7?
Yeah, episode 7 is the Force Awakens of the Star Wars, the actual series, not this episode.
The actual movie.
I'm sorry. This planet has a scrapper guild similar to how they had the bounty hunter guild on the Mandalorian. So we see that they're groups of people who have the same sort of profession, all getting together for the greater good of everybody. So that's interesting to see. They got to lay low from them. You know what I'm saying? So they end up walking through the scrapyard and finding a Venator-class ship. That's the same ship that, of course, you don't remember, that they were on, same type ship that they were on the last episode of the Clone Wars when he ends up getting his inhibitor ship taken out, because that's when Order 66 happened. It was him and Ahsoka, and they were in the med bay. The whole thing is exactly the same. And they end up getting to the ship. Of course, there's some sort of like obstacle. They can't just get in there easy because it's Star Wars. It's another Star Wars trope where there is a ledge over here, nothing in the middle. They basically found a cable. Thank you. Everybody get across it. Not Wrecker though, because the Wrecker's a klutz. So
No, it's not Wrecker's fault this time. It's because he's bigger than them.
No, he's a big klutz. That's why. So what happened to Wrecker?
He fell into the water.
Oh yeah, because at the beginning of the episode, Hunter told Tech, I think, to make sure you stay above the waterline. Because Hunter, of course, he be tracking. So he saw
That shadow in the
yeah, he noticed something was in the water. Like Pharrell, something in the water. Get it? Episode 7, Force Awakens reference. A Raftar in the water. Because it looked the same sort of tentacles, same face, even made the same noise. So end up shooting it, lets it go. They get Wrecker up. They take him to them. They find the med bay, which is covered in Star Wars rats.
It's still weird how they have all these like weird animals, but they still have rats.
That's because rats are everywhere. They go to the med bay. They try to sedate Wrecker. His inhibited chip kicks in full gear.
It was Hunter's fault because he was talking about Order 66.
It was not Hunter's fault.
It was his fault because it wasn't until he started talking about it, and then boom, Tex is trying to sedate him or whatever, and he's flying across the room the next second.
Well, if you want to blame anybody, you need to blame Rex, because Rex was talking about it too.
It's both their faults.
Oh, okay. So now that we assign blame to somebody, Wrecker is basically full Order 66 kicks in. Y'all are treasonous. You got to kill any clone whose size, you know what I'm saying, who goes against Order 66. So he's trying to shoot everybody. Ends up knocking out Rex. Hunter gets knocked out too. Omega, again, saves the day, basically. Boom, hits with a warning shot and then kind of scurries away, giving them time to, again, find the stun gun and come back around. So there's like it's a semi-tense scene because, you know.
How okay do you think Tech was after that blow? Because when they came back at the end, he seemed completely fine.
It's a cartoon.
I know, I'm just saying though.
And they had a little scene with Omega and Wrecker, where Wrecker is basically the Terminator out here, and she has to outsmart him, which she does until she doesn't. She's hiding basically in the middle of the floor
with 2 pieces of metal over her, like a tent.
Yeah, so Rex ends up coming through, stunning Wrecker. They end up taking the
Just wanted to rhyme.
Yeah, end up taking the inhibited chip out of Wrecker. It takes Wrecker a while to wake up. Omega is of course very saddened by this, stays by his bedside until he wakes up. Everybody gets their inhibited chip taken out. Hence, battle scar, name of the episode. So everybody got that same scar. Rex is about to be out. Of course, he's fully in the burgeoning rebellion. He's going to link back up with his people, probably Ahsoka. Hunter sees him, said, hey, I see you still fighting. He said, man, I ain't got nothing else to do. Unfortunately, the Scrapper Guild spots them. They alert the Empire. Prediction for next episode.
They get caught.
Fennec Shan's coming back next episode. That's my prediction.
They don't actually get caught. They almost get caught.
I believe that this is going to be sort of the turn of Fennec Shan, because we know eventually she's once about the Empire. This is going to be the beginning stages of her realizing that the Empire really is trash. Great episode. See you guys next week, of course. Hanging with the Joneses, Monday at 7 a.m. Maddie and Dez. Kids got something to say? I'm sorry, I should have dropped it yesterday. I just forgot. We'll drop it soon. Either way, till the next time.